Welcome to the Virginia Office of Career, Technical, and Adult Education WIOA Performance Accountability online tutorial series. This series of tutorials examines performance accountability as it relates to reporting for adult education agencies under WIOA, the Federal Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. Because adult education program requirements are located under Title II of WIOA, references to adult education will sometimes be replaced with the term Title II, as in Title II agencies or Title II reporting. In this installment, we'll look at employment indicators. My name is Jeffrey Elmore, and I'm happy to be your host. For this video installment, we have two primary goals. First, we hope to enhance your overall understanding of employment attainment as it relates to Title II reporting. Second, we hope to clarify the data elements used for reporting employment attainment in Title II. Together, this information should contribute to improved program design, both for supporting the learning needs of your participants and for maximizing reporting of their employment attainment. So, what are the employment indicators as they relate to Title II reporting under WIOA? To provide some context, the intention of signing WIOA into law is to strengthen the nation's workforce by improving coordination of service delivery among workforce agencies at both the state and local levels. In terms of accountability, all workforce agencies under WIOA are responsible for addressing a common set of performance standards. These include 3 employment indicators, 1 credential attainment indicator, 1 measurable skill gain indicator, and an indicator for evaluating how effectively employers are served. After WIOA was passed, a period of public comment was provided. Members of the public were invited to raise questions and issue comments, seeking clarification or further explanation. Following this, significant issues were addressed jointly by the U.S. Departments of Labor and Education and published as the Joint Regulations. Although the Joint Federal Regulations represent an interpretation of WIOA, they carry the weight of law. There are a number of areas and topics within the Joint Federal Regulations that require further clarification of how the rules apply to Title II agencies. The Office of Career, Technical, and Adult Education, OCTAE, of the United States Department of Education released guidance specifically developed to address Title II-sponsored state and local adult education programs. The guidance was distributed as OCTAE Program Memorandum 17-2, initially released on December 19, 2016, and updated on August 23, 2017. Information in the OCTAE Program Memorandum is considered sub-regulatory guidance on the requirements set forth in WIOA and carries the weight of law. With respect to employment attainment, OCTAE Program Memorandum 17-2 specifies the following 3 employment indicators to be reported as part of WIOA performance accountability. They are: 1. The percentage of participants who are employed in unsubsidized employment in the second quarter after exit from an adult education and literacy program. 2. The percentage of participants who are employed in unsubsidized employment in the fourth quarter after exit from an adult education and literacy program. 3. The median earnings of participants who are employed in unsubsidized employment in the second quarter after exiting an adult education and literacy program. For Title II reporting purposes, a participant is defined as an adult with a valid assessment who has accumulated at least 12 hours of instruction during a period of participation while enrolled in a federally funded adult education program. Also, unsubsidized employment is employment in the private or public sector for which the employer does not receive a subsidy from public funds to offset all or part of the wages and costs of employing an individual. Title II employment performance must be based on verified employment data. Under WIOA, there are 4 options for determining employment. First, data match with the state's unemployment insurance wage records. Second, data match with multiple states' unemployment insurance wage records. Third, data match with federal or military employment records, and/or fourth, collection of supplemental wage information. Currently, Virginia determines employment performance using the first option. Data is provided by the Virginia Employment Commission, and it includes neither unemployment insurance data from other states nor employment data for federal or military employees. There is an effort being led by the federal Departments of Labor and Education to coordinate an interstate agreement allowing for the matching of data for participants who work in other states. While the federal and military employment data has been available in the past, currently it is not available and it is unclear when it will be. The collection of supplemental wage information is a new option. Details about this option are available in Program Memorandum Octay 17-6. However, the collection and use of supplemental wage information must be a state decision and cannot be undertaken by local or regional adult education programs without the consent of the State Adult Education Office. Our state office intends to explore the use of supplemental wage information in the future. What are the data elements for each employment indicator? As mentioned earlier, there are 3 employment indicators for Title II reporting. For the first 2, determination of employment in the second or fourth quarter after program exit, participants must have exited from the program. Participants may have a Social Security number, but this is not required. For the third, determination of median earnings, participants must meet 3 requirements. 1. They must have exited from the program. 2. They must have a valid Social Security number. And 3. They must have been determined to be employed in the second quarter after exit from the program. Because determination of employment and median earnings cannot be made until 2 and 4 quarters after program exit, that is to say 6 to 12 months following program exit, employment indicator reporting will lag by 1 year. Therefore, employment indicator reporting for 2018-19 will be based on participants who exited adult education and literacy programs in 2017-18. Employment indicator reporting for 2019-20 will be based on participants who exit adult education programs in 2018-19, and so on. A significant change you need to be aware of is that before WIOA, participants without a Social Security number were excluded from calculation of the employment rate. However, under WIOA, participants without a Social Security number will be included in those calculations. In closing, we hope this tutorial has improved your understanding of employment indicators as they relate to Title II reporting. We also hope you'll use this information to develop strategies for improving employment attainment for your participants. As a workforce development partner program, adult education providers are encouraged to be proactive in understanding the sector or occupational needs in your region and assist participants in attaining the necessary skills to gain family-sustaining employment. We encourage you to review and discuss this tutorial with your staff. You are also invited to use the contact information at the end of the presentation to submit questions to the staff at the Virginia Department of Education Office of Career, Technical, and Adult Education. If you have questions or would like more information, please use the information on this slide to contact the Virginia Office of Career, Technical, and Adult Education. Thank you for taking the time to participate in this tutorial.